time it is. Welcome to Bro Sports Talk. Or follow us Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere you can find your best podcast. And if you didn't know, today we got a special episode. Only hosts here today are me and Ethan, and we got a special guest with us, a good friend. You know him. I imagine you love him, because we all do. Mr. Nomad Sports. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. I had to come out of hiding for this one, since draft is coming up. But I'm doing pretty
Oh
good.
yeah. Yeah. Today, I'll be taking sort of a backseat. I'll put in my inputs, but don't take my word as gospel in this topic because Isaiah and Ethan are our field experts in this position. Uh, Speaking of Ethan, like I said, he's with me today. You know, have you recovered from your severe Braves game burn?
Nah, bro. I'm still burnt the fuck up. I look like Larry the Lobster out here. Got a mean forehead tan. Uh, but nah.
Well,
Just,
you got
just. No, go ahead. Go
you,
ahead. What you gonna ask me?
what you got? Yeah, what you got sunburn?
I
Sucks to
did.
suck.
I did. Yeah, I did. And
Yeah.
it doesn't burn or nothing. It's just I look super red. I mean, it's just what
Mhm.
happens when you enjoy America's pastime as baseball. You just sit there. You
Facts.
roast like a fucking rotisserie chicken. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, sucks to have the genetic predisposition to get sunburn.
See,
Okay, let me say this because as a mixed person myself, you and I share the 50-50 pigment. You're a little bit darker than me though. I didn't think I could get sunburned either until I was like 16, 17. And I spent 11 hours at a pool,
Okay.
and my shoulders got crispy. I looked like I had flour tortillas for skin on my
For
shoulders, but that shit hurt.
for me to get sunburn, I have to be like outside in like a lot of heat for like 2 weeks, and then I'll get sunburned. But I got
yeah,
a
it's
lot of
you don't even
yeah,
go outside. You don't even touch grass.
bro. I touch more grass than you.
Nah, but yeah, it was just chilling. We was just vibing. It was just the sun was out. It was a beautiful day. Uh,
Hell yeah.
you know, the
A
Braves lost
beautiful
though.
day in the
It fucking sucked.
neighborhood. Hopefully when we go this Thursday, they win.
I was about to say it would suck, even though I'm not a Braves fan, it would suck for them to lose when they not playing against my team. You know what I mean? So
But say, I bought this $35 hat just for them to go suck. They had to leave at the 26th inning. Come on, man.
I
uh,
mean, it is what it is. That's how it happens.
Nah, I'm not
now
gonna hate too
I
much
will say
because
though,
I did see that. Oh man, Philadelphia beat the dog piss out of somebody. I was like, let's go, baby. But that's about it.
I will say as far as baseball goes, like I put my respect on baseball because that is one sport that cares about their fans, bro. Like unless it's like stupid good seats, you're not gonna pay too much of a grip for baseball seats, and I respect that, man. Like, but then yeah, that's a sport that really cares about their fans more than the money. Then again, they make enough of it to pay their players to retire their children before they have a job. So
Yeah.
there's
I mean, also ran into Bro Sports Talk affiliate Ellie while I was there. She was at the
yeah,
game. But
shouts out to Ellie.
we could talk about that deeper because I know she probably got a few things to say, not only about the game but the Houston fans that she encountered. But
Yeah, y'all stay tuned for when we talk about that at some point. But then, but speaking of so somebody's like a little bit excited to talk about. Uh, y'all know a big boxing match occurred. Some people weren't watching it because the playoffs was on, so I respect it. But you know, the Floyd Mayweather people that is Javante Davis went up against the lightning quick Ryan Garcia. Uh, you know, I can't remember if it was 7 or 8 rounds, but for all of the rounds, I was engaged because it looked like they were both in their bag for a little bit. Like they were it looked like a really good fight until Gervonta Davis picked out that spot. Like it looked like he hit Ryan in the lung, and like up until then, like it could have gone either way. Ryan had a couple of assaults that were like pretty scary if you're a Tank fan, but then Tank had a couple of counters that was like, oh damn, it looks a little bit like Ryan has fallen in his trap. And at the end of the day, man, I wanted to win one. So, man, shout out to Tank Davis, but shout out to Ryan Garcia for making it a good fight. I'd love to see them fight again. Like, if something's gonna be a trilogy, I'd love for it to be that because those are two just really good people that are really good at their craft, that train hard, and in my opinion, only two real matchups for each other. I know Issa was there to watch the fight with me. What were your thoughts?
I don't really follow boxing because, I mean, I do enjoy watching people beat the fuck out of each other, but so I didn't really go into that having a favorite to win. But, I know that first Tank Davis knockdown on Ryan Garcia, bro. That was, man, I thought it was over then. But nah, it would go on like 6 more rounds. I think it was the 7th round. I think it was the 7th round when he finally, bowed out because that nasty liver shot.
Yeah, but, ooh.
I mean, it's fighting, so it's always fun to watch, always exciting. You never know what's gonna happen, who's gonna win. So I mean, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. And then again, it's a terrible transition, but I imagine somebody enjoying their time and somebody who finally got packed away from the Packers. I know y'all probably heard it, but just today, Aaron Rodgers, man, the ayahuasca bandit himself, bro, has been traded.
You mean the most overrated quarterback in the league?
Chill.
See,
Chill out.
That's a little bit much. Now,
he's not even top 5. Everybody says he's like 2. I'm not on drugs.
You're on more drugs than he is.
Jeez. No, hold on. Before we get to this, hold on. What's your top 5 quarterbacks all time? Let's just hear it.
All time or right now?
He gonna say Tom Brady. He gonna say Tom Brady in college, Tom Brady on the Patriots, Tom Brady on the Buccaneers, Tom Brady in retirement.
That's not even me. That's not even me. Like that's not me. I'm saying of all time.
You can go
probably like I hate to say it, but if I'm going all time, can I do current? Just all time's kind of sketch. It ain't sketchy, but like it's very contentious.
Go ahead.
You want me to do both or just one?
No, you can do current. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Current. I'd go Patrick Mahomes. I'd go Patrick Mahomes at 1.
Oh man.
I'd go Joe Burrow at 2. Okay, I bet you can't do better. Yeah, go Patrick, Joe. What am I thinking? Patrick, Joe, Lamar. Then I'll go Josh Allen, and I'll bring Justin Herbert at 5.
Justin Herbert.
See, you ask yourself, what were you thinking? Because I'm asking the same question, because that was insane.
Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert's good and all, but that boy is mid. You can't tell me Aaron Rodgers is not better than him.
Aaron Rodgers is washed.
Washed is nuts.
He's on the tail end. I'll give you that much.
He's washed.
But
crazy.
But to say he's like playing washed football is crazy. He just needs protection, and hopefully he gets that on the Jets.
I lied about it. I totally slipped my mind. Justin Herbert's not 5, and I'm moving Josh Allen. To 5. Jalen Hurts at 4. Jalen Hurts at 4.
That is insane.
I would go Jalen, Josh, Lamar. That's 3, and then Mike White. No, I'm playing.
You said
then,
Jalen, Josh, Lamar's your top 3?
Yeah, and then Patrick and Kyler.
That's wild. That's actually crazy.
I'll agree with you at top 3 to an extent. I don't have Lamar in top 3. I have Jalen at like 2. I definitely got Joe Burrow at 1, Jalen at 2. Lamar will fall down to like 4. Josh Allen's at 3. Then Lamar's at 4, and Aaron Rodgers is at 5. So
I don't see enough Mike White respect. No, I'm playing.
Aaron Rodgers is not cracked. I would take Purdy over Aaron Rodgers.
That Patrick Mahomes.
Hold on, that's the GOAT though. Brock Purdy, bro.
Nah,
put some respect on his name.
Chill. See, for all y'all out there, I'm a Kansas City hater. I hate Patrick Mahomes. Boy is not good. He's a system quarterback, bro.
Okay.
Anyway.
Hey, to be fair,
no, pause. Okay, do you want to do a pause right here? Okay, from a talent, like arm talent, Patrick Mahomes is better than Aaron Rodgers. His IQ is pretty good. I will say we haven't really got to see a whole lot of his IQ because he doesn't have to really use it because Andy Reid. I know. But he does make good reads. He's mobile to an extent. He has a nuke for an arm, and he's very accurate, which he checks more boxes than Aaron Rodgers does.
Okay, but that's also
and
Aaron
he has
Rodgers
more rings.
At this point in time.
And
you got to remember what Aaron Rodgers has been doing for years, and if he just had some protection, I say this all the time. Put Aaron Rodgers on those Tom Brady teams, switch their 2 careers. Aaron Rodgers has fucking 13 Super Bowl rings.
He's not clutch enough in the playoffs. If you say Drew Brees, I'd agree with you. Aaron Rodgers, no.
This man's just a hater. This man's just a hater.
Hates Aaron Rodgers because he's on drugs.
Because Patrick Mahomes has the same arm talent as Matt Stafford does.
Matt Stafford had a nuke for a cannon. Like, don't disrespect Matt Stafford.
No, he's a Georgia guy. I'm not hating. I'm just saying.
I'm saying you act like that is like a dish.
Yeah, it is. Because Matt Stafford right now is better than Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, now you're dick.
You're.
Well, we're talking about quarterbacks right now, so let's transition to the real topic of the day, man. That draft, the NFL draft. Personally, I'm gonna just go ahead and say I think Bryce Young's the obvious first overall pick, but let me know if y'all think any different.
See, like in my heart, I think I agree with you, but coming to like NFL scouts and teams are gonna look at, they're gonna draft C.J. Stroud first. I think it's a horrible move. I think Bryce Young is the best quarterback by a very good margin in this draft. Like it goes one. Like, it's not like a 1A, 1B type thing. It is Bryce Young, 2 or 3 spots, then C.J. Stroud. Y'all may think that's a hot take, but I've seen enough of Bryce Young over the past few years to say he is an elite quarterback. He may be small, but he is elite. Like, this Alabama season, the only reason why they won 10 games was because of Bryce Young. Without him, they maybe win 7. They win 7. Maybe not maybe. They win 7. That's it.
5.
It's still Bama, but 7. They lose to Texas. Who else they lose to? They may lose to A&M. Not A&M. No, actually, yeah. I mean, A&M was right there. Bryce didn't even play in A&M. I lied.
Yeah, so he said, who's your number 1?
I'm Bryce Young. I'm not going to disagree. I just think that people are trying to get CJ to drop, so they started bringing up that IQ test he took where he only scored like an 18% on or whatever in terms of like quarterback play. They take this test, whatever. Bryce Young made a 98% on it. C.J. Stroud was like last with like 18. So I think they're trying to push the narrative to get him to fall. I think there's a team lower than one that wants him. And I think they kind of push that narrative. So I don't mind C.J. because I did watch the college football semifinal, and he did fuck us up for a half. I mean, spot on throws. I don't think the test is really a representation of his play because he's a dog on the field, sure. But no, I got Bryce Young going 1.
Word. All right. So that brings us to the number 2 pick.
See, sorry.
I was gonna say, go ahead.
See, this is where I'm going to switch it. I'd rather Bryce go to the Panthers, but I think he's going to fall at the Texans. I think the Texans are going to pick him up at 2.
That's crazy. That's not
What
that
about you,
crazy.
Ethan?
But no,
I mean,
Houston, what does Houston not need? They could literally draft any player on the first round draft board, and they do all right. But I think that they'll go more defensively. I think they'll take Will Anderson at 2, just because, I mean, his pure ability. I think they just find some mid quarterback to get him through the season next year to get another top 5 draft pick. I mean, that might get them Bo Nix next year, but like I think they'll go defense this year with Will Anderson.
I think you got some pretty good, like you don't. Okay, the way I'm trying to say this, or I'm trying to word this. I think there's more quarterback. Like I think this is a gold mine for quarterbacks this year. So I think you draft defensively next year, and you definitely pick quarterbacks this year. This is a very, very talented draft stock for quarterbacks.
Yeah,
like
that's also if you're a good team. We're talking about the Texans here.
I'm about to say, take any good player's career and fuck it up.
I'm saying, but teams
I think the Texans are really doing the smart thing, and they're waiting for General Booty.
No, he's switching tight end, dog.
It's all right. He can come back. He can come back and quarterback.
He'd be chasing. Nah, it's nuts. But no, my thing is, I mean, next year's QB class ain't gonna be terrible. I mean,
it's not gonna be to the level of this year's.
Okay, look. If you really look at it, this year's class isn't all that great. It's literally it's Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud. That is the
Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud.
I agree.
That I do not disagree. I mean, I completely disagree. You got Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud. I think AR should have waited. Me personally, you got Will Levis, you got Hendon Hooker. What else you got? Who's the guy from TCU? Max Duggan did really well.
Win. Hold on. Win. Did you watch the championship game? That is elite on elite, and he did not show up. I do not want to hear it. Will Levis, mid. AR, talented, raw, but he's going to be this year's Malik Willis. Max Duggan, he's the equivalent to Stetson Bennett. I don't care. Whoever
Stetson,
y'all can let me know. But no, it's just mid. It's just mid. After that, Hendon.
What about Hendon?
He'll be like a day 2 pick.
He's cold. He's a starting quarterback.
Starting is great. I would compare him to Marcus Mariota. He'll be an NFL journeyman as a backup.
That's a hot take. We'll see.
He's 27 going on 28.
He's 25.
Oh.
He's younger than Stetson.
Number two. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to say Tyree Wilson, but I think Will Anderson coming out of that Alabama, program. I think that'll intrigue the Texans enough because I also think they'll draft defensively because of the Texans. And yeah, I see Will Anderson at number 2. Ethan, you want to kick us off for number 3?
Number 3? Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's see who's got the 3rd pick first. Why? Oh, the Raiders.
No, I think the Cardinals do.
The Cardinals. It's the Cardinals.
Oh, it's the Cardinals. Okay, I'm sorry. This says projected trade with Arizona.
Yeah, they're thinking about trading. Like that's probably with trades.
Honestly, Arizona, I wouldn't mind if they traded Kyler Murray. I wouldn't mind.
Damn.
Call of Duty Double XP Weekend Murray. I mean, at some point, I mean, they fired their head coach. Okay, he's now at USC. No, he's back in the NCAA. I'm almost positive, or he's taking a break. Anyway, I think they'll go a different direction. I don't think they'll trade Kyler in the draft. I'm just saying I think it wouldn't hurt them. But at 3, if Arizona's picking, I'd probably go edge. I'd probably go Tyree Wilson again at 3 instead, because they just lost J.J. Watt, and I mean they have a pretty young defense already. So go ahead and throw them into the mix.
See, I personally think they try to sign edge rushing in the free agency class, and I think they actually like strengthen their secondary a little bit.
This
But
early at 3, you gonna have them go early at 3 with a DB.
like, because if they don't trade with the Raiders, like like it's projected to happen, I mean, they're just gonna fall down and probably do it there anyway. They don't feel like they need a quarterback, so and then nobody gives protection to quarterbacks like as early as people claim. So I actually see them going with Devin Witherspoon.
Interesting.
See, I honestly think they're gonna go. I think Will is gonna go at 3 in the Cardinals. So I think it's gonna happen.
Where
I
Kyler
think
Murray already is.
Will Anderson.
Oh, you
Oh,
said Will.
I thought you meant Will Levis. My fault.
No, Will Anderson. Yeah, I think he's gonna go at 3.
That's not terrible. Not a terrible take. It's just upgrading over Tyree Wilson, but
Yeah.
yeah, I just think they'll go edge. I think they'll miss J.J. Watt's presence because even after all his injuries, he was still a solid edge rusher for him coming off the end. So
Yeah.
I think they'll
And
try to replace.
this brings us to number 4, and this is where I think C.J. Stroud goes
To the
to.
Colts.
Yeah. Even though I don't see it being like a fit, like I feel like it's still gonna happen. Like
Anything, and I mean anything, with my whole heart is better than having that terrible, terrible quarterback that used to quarterback for the Falcons back there. Anything. You could literally slap some undrafted quarterback in the Colts right now and do better than Matty Ice. Bro.
I mean, Matty Ice was cold back in the day. He's washed. He fell off. Yes, I know. Sadly,
Aaron Rodgers fell off, bro. Matty Ice.
I'm just gonna ignore that. I'm still hurting from the 28-3. I'm still hurting from that.
7 years. It's been like 7 years.
It's not. It's been like 5, but it still stings.
Over. It's long enough.
It still stings.
So what's y'all number 4 looking like?
It's gonna be a hot take, but this is a very hot take.
Yeah,
I think the Colts will pick up Will Levis.
No chance. No chance.
I mean, I feel like Will Levis is like a good fit. Like I just feel like that is a quarterback that the Colts would pick up. Like I'm just seeing that in my head. Like I see them passing up AR to pick up Will Levis.
All right, I see them picking Will Levis if the Cardinals trade down. Because if the Cardinals trade down to the Raiders are taking C.J. Stroud. But if with C.J. Stroud still on the board, I think they do what every other NFL team does: ignore fit and go for hype, and they take C.J.
I agree. I think they'll take CJ at 4.
Because I think we're giving it like Isaiah's making. I think you're making the right moves from the mindset of these GMs, but I think you're also giving NFL teams too much credit, thinking that they're are smarter than they are in those front offices. Because, hot damn. Anyway, you want to get us started at number 5?
Me or Ethan?
You.
I think Seattle will pick up Jalen Carter.
Why?
Because they need defensive linemen.
What don't they need? Come on, man.
That is true.
Some of
But
team that needs anything.
I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, who's their quarterback again? Brock? Or is it
Smith?
Gino? Yeah, it's Gino.
Yeah.
They may pick up AR. I could see that. I could see that a lot.
I wouldn't laugh more if they did.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna retract my statement. I think they'll pick up AR-15.
Nah, that's crazy. I think they'll actually take Devon Witherspoon here at 5. I think Geno Smith just re-signed a big contract. I think they got him. I think they'll let him take the lead there.
Did he?
Yeah. It was like a 2-3 year extension, I believe.
Okay, then I'm wrong on that.
Yeah, well, we know.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that extension.
Yeah, I just think they'll take a corner here.
I actually think the Seahawks take an edge rusher. And at this point, I think the best one left is Tyree Wilson. And I don't know. I kind of see that working out.
I'm gonna retract it again and go Jalen Carter. This is kind of because like I didn't know about the extension.
This guy.
Yeah, I miss that.
No, you're good. Well, anyways, I think the Lions at 6 also follow the DB train here, and they take Christian Gonzalez at 6. They just traded away Jeff Okudah, who was like a first rounder 2 years ago, I believe. Yeah, he didn't really bust. He just couldn't really stay on the field. So I think they'll go corner here with Christian Gonzalez out of Oregon.
See, for me, it depends on how sold the Lions are on Jared Goff. Because on my personal board, Will Levis is still on the table. So, do you abandon Jared Goff like everybody else already has, or keep him? I think he's doing okay enough for the Lions to keep him. So I'm actually also going to say they take Christian Gonzalez.
See, here's where I'm gonna go a little bit south of y'all. They got TJ Hutchinson right now, and he's wreaking havoc. I think they will. I think they'll reinforce that defensive line and get an edge. See, a lot of projections don't have him going this high. I've actually seen Jalen Carter going 6 to the Lions, but I think a better fit for them would be if they got Nolan Smith at 6. I guess that's just my personal opinion. I'm not sure if they will, but I'd say that'd be the perfect pick if they got Nolan Smith.
It's all personal things. It's just a mock draft here we're doing. So your opinion is your opinion. I can't tell you you're wrong or not. So if that's what you think, it's what you think. I think the Lions take Christian Gonzalez. Yeah, that one feels like a good fit there.
Well, that brings us to number 7.
The Raiders. See here. Now that I'm actually thinking about it, I would put AR at the Raiders. I think they'll go there.
AR?
No.
Yeah.
On my board, Will Levis is still available. And like with the hype that he has and the disrespect that AR has been receiving, that I think is very unwarranted. And I think if you develop him right, put him in a good situation, he'll be fine. But I do think that the Raiders, barring a trade at 7, select Will Levis.
I'm saying, even I agree with you when I say that. I will say that we still have to keep our eye on Baltimore because I think they could make a splash trade here with the Raiders. involving the one and only Lamar Jackson. I'm not saying it's going to get done, but like that would be a good fit for Lamar. But I don't think it'll happen because I think that the Raiders would have to give up way too much to get him.
Yeah.
And I really don't. I personally don't think Baltimore's going to pay him. I think they're going to let him walk after this tag season. And then I think they'll just go from there. So, but I think Will Levis definitely fits the mold for a Vegas quarterback. Super mid, get you about 8 wins, and then miss the playoffs by like one game in a must-win game. So,
what's with the Vegas hate, or is this just Will Levis hate?
it's just Will Levis. It's not hate. I think he's overhyped.
I also think he's
like you can't really just base him off of arm talent because if you watched him last season, I mean, he really only had like about one good season, and that was 2 years ago. And it was decent.
Yeah, he kind of did ass last year.
But I'm not going to strictly hold that to him because the whole Kentucky team underperformed this year.
He got exposed by the Tennessee secondary. Yeah.
That's sad because.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
that's not saying. I will say that.
I'll let you. Oh, my fault. Go ahead.
I will say that Tennessee secondary that game did play lights out, so I'm not sure if I can blame that on Will Levis or Tennessee's defense had a once in a lifetime. I mean, you could say a little bit of both.
Well, being as you're the
Falcons
president,
fan.
Yeah, I'll let you take the reins on this.
See, me personally, I'd want them to pick up either Bryce Young or AR, but that ain't gonna happen. And I honestly think this is where Bijan goes, and I wouldn't mind that at all.
Well, you're wrong, and this is the one spot you're wrong. And here's why. Here's why. All right. The running back position is not as valued as it once was. This isn't a running game. You see how Derrick Henry gets treated. I mean, he's better. I'm not going to say better, but like they just treat him differently because he's 6'3", 250, and he runs like a 4.5. You know, he's going to get that extra yards, but at the same time, they didn't spend a first-round pick on him. They spent like a third, I believe, or second, and the 50th, I think, the 50th pick. But
wait, for D. Henny?
Yeah, it was like
D. Henny went first overall.
No. What? You think the Titans were that bad to get the number 1 pick?
I swore he got first. I swore he was drafted number 1.
No, he got picked in like the 30 to 50 range.
No way. I'm looking that up.
I'm almost positive it was like 52. It was either like 33.
You're right. Who's 45th?
I knew it was somewhere in there.
That's crazy.
So
That's
like
crazy.
I mean, you see it. Nick Chubb wasn't even a first-round pick. I mean, the last first-round pick that I've seen that was worth it was probably Zeke or Todd Gurley, and then you see how their careers have panned out. So I don't think that a team will risk a top 10 draft pick on a running back. I could see him going late first, like mid to late first. I just don't see him going at 8.
So do you think?
I think he's stupid talented. Yeah, that high is kind of.
So you think they, like, y'all's opinion, like with my draft board, they would go with Tyree Wilson since I haven't had him go yet.
Yeah. I think they go defense. I think they'll pick Nolan Smith at 8 because he's the hometown kid. I mean, had a great combine. Nothing but like good stuff on film. You don't see any off-field records of anything. I just think that'd be a good pick. And that defense is horrid. So,
as a Falcons fan, I wouldn't mind that, but they've also had a bad history of edges. I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, that's not their fault. That's just you pick the best of the best, and they suck. It's crazy.
I don't want to sound like I'm repeatedly agreeing with Ethan here, but yeah, I'm putting Nolan Smith here as well.
Vic Beasley was a dude in college, but he got to Atlanta and the boy was tripping on balls or something.
He was good for like the first 2 years, and he got injured.
I was originally going to put Paris Johnson at this pick, but
who's that edge they pick after him?
I know they had Grady Jarrett. He's not an edge though.
He's
Or is he? Yeah, he's a tackle.
Oh, okay. I'll think of it someday, but yeah. Nah, no running back is going in top 10. And if somebody does pick a running back in the top 10, I will forfeit my spot on the horse talk to
Oh, don't say all that.
somebody else. No.
Bijan Robinson, somebody gonna hear that and be like, all right, bet. Draft Bijan first.
But, so what's next on the board, man?
The Bears. And I think the Bears, I watched them play this year. I got to watch them play the Bills in person. And no, it was pretty close up until the end, but then like in the like either the end of the third or fourth, if I'm not wrong, it did become a kind of a blowout. But I will say, why do I forget his name? I'm so bad with names. He was a quarterback. He played for Georgia and got Ohio State. Went to Ohio State.
Justin Fields.
Yeah, Justin Fields is a good quarterback, and he can do what he could take them far, but he needs protection. He was running for his life all game. I think they'll pick up an offensive lineman, and I think they will. I think they'll go with Peter Skoronski. I think he'll drop there.
Sure. I think they'll take Jalen Carter here at 9. Actually, now it could go that. Or I think they'll take Paris Johnson, the kid out of Ohio State.
See, I think they're going to pull something stupidly unorthodox.
I mean, they could.
A celebrity. Rod Wave. They need an O-lineman, and Rod Wave will do. I'm kidding, but yeah, I'm going with Paris Johnson here. I wanted them on the Falcons, but I don't see that happening. I feel like the Bears will take just somebody who's like sizable. I like Jalen Carter, but I don't see him fitting in like Chicago, something about that. But I think Chicago takes Paris, which causes Philly to leap at Jalen Carter.
So you have Philly taking Jalen Carter?
Yes.
Now, I'm going to throw this out here before Isaiah gives his opinion. All right. There's been rumors of Derrick Henry being traded to Philly. Now, say Philly gives up that 10th pick to the Titans in return for Derrick Henry. What do they do with it? Like, that would leave them, they wouldn't have the top 10, but that would put the Titans at 10 and 11 unless they traded that 11th pick.
If they end up with 10 and 11, I think they back-to-back AR and Jackson Smith and Jigba. But if they just end up with a 10, I think they're going to be the ones to fight. Because, I mean, with Anthony Richardson still on the board, I think
You think they replace Tannehill with?
I think they let him ride this season. I think they play within this one season.
I would say.
But you still think they draft a quarterback?
Yeah, I think they give Anthony Richardson development time, let him work with trainers, study the playbook, get him comfortable.
The thing with that is, I don't know, because he, like I said earlier, he's a Malik Willis. He's raw. He's athletic, sure, but that doesn't necessarily mean it'll translate well in the NFL. And I think that if they see that with Malik Willis, I don't know if they'll hesitate on AR. But I think they could end up also taking a tackle, which at this point for me would be, Peter Skoronski.
See, honestly, what I would prefer to happen if that happened and they got a quarterback, I wouldn't mind them picking up Hendon Hooker and, having, Josh Dobbs take the reins this year and Hendon Hooker take that 1 year under him. This is just a fantasy world, I know. But
the Tennessee meat writing is crazy.
At what point was this ever going to be reality?
Never. That's not That's not
a
my
million
serious
different
pick.
universes, different multiverses, and there was not
I,
one
I,
of them
I
where
think
that
if
was.
this
I
trade
mean,
does happen, that if they don't pick a quarterback, they're taking Jackson Smith and Jigba.
On my draft board, Hendon Hooker's the only leftover quarterback. That's that's a decent pick. So he, it could happen.
So who'd you have going to Philly, Isaiah? Since I proposed that trade to you.
Phil. See,
Who would be going at 10 to Philly?
See, what I think would be good for them. Most likely they're going to go with a defensive player, but it may not be a bad idea for them to get a receiver. But honestly, they probably go. Give me one sec. Lucas Van Ness at edge from Iowa.
Now, why would you say receiver? Why would you say they take a receiver? They got A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith.
Why not get a third and just be cold?
Who needs a third?
Are you implying that Jalen Hurts needs another receiver?
Yeah, I'm about to say.
I'm saying, would it hurt him? I'm saying, would it hurt him?
No, but why? When you could displace that elsewhere. AKA maybe a D lineman.
Exactly, strengthen the rest of the team.
Maybe a tackle. My man's Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham getting old as shit. They can't keep.
That's why I just said Lucas Van Ness.
Nah, trash. I'm gonna need you to pick a different one. All right. I'm playing. I never even watched that dude play because he plays at Iowa. But
Iowa's defense was. I got air quotes when I'm saying this. Cold. But,
no pun intended because it's Iowa, isn't it? That's crazy. Ha, ha, ha. No, I'm playing. But, anyway. I think they go tackle. I think they have to go tackle Lane Johnson. That boy is not going to play any longer than next season.
Defensive tackle or offensive tackle?
Offensive tackle.
And who are they going with? You said Paris Johnson?
No, I said if they don't end up trading, I think they'll go Peter Skoronski at 10. And either way, Peter Skoronski's going 10 on my book. Doesn't matter who it is.
Okay.
What was I going to say? No, hold on. Why would they draft another D tackle, bro? They got the GOAT already on the come up. Yeah, you know who he is. I know who he is.
Derek Barnett.
Jordan motherfucking Davis.
Derek Barnett.
That boy ran a 4.6 as a 6'6", 315-pound lineman, dude. That's the GOAT. Let him develop under Fletcher Cox. That man's gonna be a beast, undisputed, and I mean fully guaranteed Hall of Famer before he even retires.
Aren't you never mind.
No bias in that whatsoever. As a
Georgia fan. Is so much bias. I mean, I could see why there would be no bias, but it's definitely bias there. For me, knowing you, there's bias. There's so much bias.
Philly defense? No, that's Georgia's defense because they about to go back to back with Georgia defenders, bro. They go take Keely Ringo at 30. They go pick some offensive tackle that I ain't never heard of from Georgia. I mean, he probably a third stringer. They go take him this year. He ain't even eligible to be drafted yet, but it's gonna be the Philly Eagles, bro.
And if they do get another receiver, they go tell that to college.
Can you just get off Georgia's meat for a bit, man?
Nah, how about you hop on it, bro? You need to hop on the Georgia.
No, you can hop on the Tennessee train. You can hop on the volunteer train when we smack y'all's ass next year.
Paul, speaking of hopping on shit, I want to hop on this extra prospects thing. Now, I'm a Tar Heels fan, and y'all know that. And our receiver Josh Downs is in the draft.
Who? Not playing.
Hey,
exactly.
Where he played? The basketball school?
Wait, the Tar Heels play football?
I say,
hey, y'all gonna learn one day.
Ain't that D3?
I didn't even know North Carolina had a football team.
I'm about to say.
Hey, I know Tennessee had title hopes.
Oh. Dang.
I mean, if you saw how the playoffs went this year, we could have went. We would have did better.
Nah, last good player out of North Carolina was I think he went by the name of Shit Trubisky.
We're gonna talk about him.
Nah,
Josh Downs is going to be better, especially if he gets drafted by them Giants. All right.
Josh Down syndrome.
Yes.
What?
My favorite team.
That was kind of wild.
Now we
yeah.
gotta redo this whole shit.
Oh, nah. Nah.
So anyway, like I was saying, as far as extra prospects that I want to see, Josh Downs out of North Carolina, man. He's him because he's a Tar Heel. And if I could see my favorite college team send a player to my favorite pro team, get him drafted by the Giants. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hold on, I got a question for you. Is he going bald and going to the NBA? Then it doesn't matter. Yeah. No, I'm playing, but I think there needs to be an all SEC first round just to see how pissed off the college world gets.
I would love it. It could happen too, but I would love it.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. But that's just dreams for the people who hate on the Big Ten, the Pac-12, the Big 12, every other football conference because we're just superior. For all
I'm saying you got 1, 2, 3. Are we gonna count Bijan since it's Texas? Is it no? I know they're technically Big 12, but like Texas is about to go to the SEC.
Nah, he's still Big 12. Trash.
He's Big 12 as hell.
I was about to say. I'm surprised they even ran the football out there this year.
Damn.
But as for other prospects, I definitely want to see Keely Ringo do well, and I don't know. That's probably about the only other one. AR-15. I mean, he's special, but like again, raw. Trying to think of just like a further down. I also want to see my Georgia guys do well. Obviously, Kenny McIntosh, late rounder probably, if anything. That's about it.
See, really want my Tennessee guys to do well. I'm on that same boat with you. I'm wanting.
I expected you to mention Jalen Hyatt.
Yeah, that's about to happen right now.
Surprised he wasn't in the top 10.
He's not. I low key. Like if they pick a receiver, I wouldn't mind him going to the Eagles. But I think if he goes anywhere, I think he ends up at the Chargers, which I would love. I'd love that to happen. That'd be amazing. But yeah, I want Darnell Wright to do really well.
Yeah.
Speaking of Darnells.
Darnell Washington. I was about to say, thank you, George. Thank you, man. He's going 28 to the Bengals, by the way, for all y'all that don't know. I'm already with the team. I know what they do if they drafted Darnell Washington. If they don't, I'm blowing up the whole city. No, I'm playing.
See, nobody is Josiah was on the phone, but this time it was Ethan on the phone, all right?
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be like a 7. Like you could argue that SEC is having a lot of like impression on the NFL if Darnell Wright went to the Bengals and they pop off again, since that's Joe Burrow, that's Jamar Chase, that'd be Darnell Washington. Never mind, I can't say T. He was in the ACC.
Yeah.
It don't matter. That would be a crazy damn team.
I think they just need to go ahead and cut Joe Mixon, by the way.
I say they trade Joe Mixon and reunite
Jahmyr Gibbs.
That'd be kind of crazy. No, I was saying try to steal Jettis from the Vikings and reunite, the big three from LSU. That'd be cold. They would do the NFL dirty if Joe Burrow had Jay Jettis and Jamar Chase on the same team. That'd be crazy.
There's about 2 players that now that I think about it, I'd actually like to see go somewhere. It's not Darnell Washington in Cincinnati. I just think that's where he's going to go. I'd rather see him in Pittsburgh with my man George Pickens because, that boy's a demon. That boy's he's just him. And,
okay.
Honestly, if I could have it my way, Philly would have George Pickens because I feel like he fits Philly's mentality in the sports realm.
George Pickens does it like he boo Santa.
But yeah, them two's about the only two I got, like AR and like Darnell Washington, because I think he's the best tight end in this whole draft. But other people say otherwise with Michael Mayer and Dalton Kincaid and other dudes I ain't never heard of. But yeah,
See, I wouldn't mind Hendon going to the Falcons. I wouldn't mind the Falcons picking up Bijan later. Hendon Hooker's good. Stop. He got robbed from the
I'm gonna
Eisman.
I'm gonna compare him to something in a minute if I can think about it. Nah, just keep on
He's
talking.
better than he's a top 5 quarterback pick in the draft. I think he's better than Will Levis and AR. So I
Okay.
have him at 3.
For all my fat friends out there who love to eat Debbie cakes, if y'all ever had a zebra cake, that is what Hendon Hooker is like on the field. Mid. It's that bad.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie though. I do agree that he's better than Will Levis. Shit.
I mean, I'm not gonna say I disagree with that. I just think they both below mid actually.
Just for the fans of Bro Sports Talk, I gotta let y'all know, since there's like some depth into this. Ethan doesn't have mental issues. He actually is just mad because I bring up Tennessee a lot, so he has to hate on every Tennessee player. He secretly has Hendon Hooker in the top 3, but he just has to say it verbally because of me. He has to say otherwise.
No, let me clarify.
In his heart, he wishes he had Hendon Hooker on the Bulldogs instead of Stetson Bennett. He knows better.
There is no place in the universe ever where you heard me or will hear me say that a Tennessee player is better.
I didn't say you'd say it. I just said that's what you think, and deep in your heart. You're just not going to say it because I'm here. As long as I'm alive, any Tennessee praise for any Tennessee player will never come out your mouth.
That goes for any Tennessee fan, by the way. It's not just you. It's not limited to you. All right. I'm just gonna clarify.
All y'all can get this smoke. Speaking of smoke, no, I'm playing today. It really doesn't. I was just stupid transition, but man, this has been fun, y'all. Isaiah, aka Mr. Nomad Sports, we appreciate you for showing up, providing your hopeful expertise to the podcast today. Y'all heard from George and Ethan as well. And let the other Bro Sports Talk people know how much you miss them. Drew Ed is currently in a NBA playoffs run. Drew Holiday. So he has to.
Better lock in.
Unlock. He got to say that the Heat is putting for some effort, and the Bucks need his defense. At least out here saving animals, and Uncle Jemima, Josiah Brown is making syrup somewhere and get ready to get back on the phone with some players or legends that he voiced himself.
And continue to cry, Katie.
You said that.
Am I wrong?
Well, you've been wrong mostly about everything you've said today, but we just go to slide over that.
I could not be reached for comment. But, let's all, like I said, just let them know how much you missed them. And actually, now that I think about it, speaking of smoking, we go see how much the Panthers are smoking dick when they go against everything we've said today and for no reason at all draft Will Levis first.
I'd be perplexed.
Nobody wants them to, but again, it's an NFL team. You never know. With that being said, we've been Bro Sports Talk. Thank you. And follow us everywhere. And make sure you follow that boy Nomad Sports.